I'd say that my number one most exciting cryptocurrency for 2023 would have to be Polygon Matic. I've expressed it on many different occasions, and even though the price has already gone from 75 cents at the start of this year to right now $1.50, I still believe it has some crazy potential over the next couple of months, next couple of years, and here's exactly why. If you guys enjoy these crypto videos, make sure you press that like button and potentially subscribe to the channel, as on this channel, I'm trying to teach you guys every single day how to understand crypto better, but also how to make more money in this space. So in simple terms, Polygon is a layer 2 scaling solution. And what that means is that they basically look for blockchains that have some sort of scalability issues, kinda, and they try to fix that by their own layer. So let's take Ethereum for example. If you transact on Ethereum, it is pretty expensive. Polygon makes it a lot cheaper to basically still be inside this Ethereum ecosystem, and in their own words, Polygon effectively transforms Ethereum into a full-fledged multi-chain system, aka Internet of Blockchains. This multi-chain system is akin to other ones such as Polkadot, Atom Cosmos, or Avalanche, etc., with the advantages of Ethereum's security, vibrant ecosystem, and openness, because there's a couple different ways in which this could be done, but it basically has these rollups. And again, it can go so much deeper than this, but it's basically taking things off of Ethereum, putting it onto Polygon through one specific transaction, then being able to use the Polygon ecosystem, which again, in this case here is based upon Ethereum, and transact as much as you please for this very low cost to almost no cost. And then with one transaction, theoretically speaking, put it all back onto Ethereum. But the most important thing you just need to understand here is it's a scaling solution for Ethereum. And since their upgrade from Matic to Polygon, they're basically trying to scale a lot more and become an even bigger player in all this. But with their choice of functions, they've gathered a lot of attention from major companies. Now, we have talked on this channel multiple different times about how Polygon upgrades, usually akin to how Ethereum upgrades because, well, that's the most logical way to go about it. So when Ethereum got deflationary with their IEP 1559, so did Polygon. But you do have to understand that many different companies out there, they like what Ethereum does, but they understand that for their purpose, it just does not work. So we have their basically better second half, which is again Polygon. And that's why it's gotten not as many partnerships as Ethereum, but a lot of these major brand deals that could just not really work on Ethereum alone. Like for example here, Polygon to go big with network upgrade, again following Ethereum, and massive partnerships with Nike, Starbucks, and Meta, just to name a few, but a couple other ones are, for example, Reddit. And again, there are multiple different use cases that they've gone for. For example, with Starbucks, it's Polygon NFT. And the way I see it is Polygon is going to be the main provider, I'm thinking, for these loyalty programs where it's just stored on chain. But let's say every single time you go to Starbucks and you buy a coffee, there's you get one little sort of NFT basically on your app or whatever was designed for it in your wallet, so to speak. And that can eventually be redeemed for something, because that's kind of the way they describe as well what program they have ongoing. And again, with Reddit, a similar sort of situation applies where, again, most of these players would like to use Ethereum, but then the fee for sending or minting an NFT would be too ridiculously high. And so they chose to go with their better brother, so to speak. And you can see Reddit users have minted more than 5 million NFT avatars on Polygon, which is actually crazy if you think about these major use cases coming from these major companies. And again, guys, this list goes on for a little while. You can probably just find yourself getting lost in all the partnerships which they've built for themselves, as again, it's right now for these major companies, the most popular NFT platform by far. I should say platformer, as they obviously still want to create their own platforms in terms of NFTs on Polygon. But even Stripe here. Stripe apparently, right, this is reportedly, plans to scale its payments to optimum security with Polygon. The brand intends to test USDC payments to Twitter creators via the Polygon blockchain, and it facilitates Twitter creators by enabling them to cash out using USDC, which is pretty interesting. And again, Polygon was also chosen as one of many, I believe, but for the Walt Disney Company's new accelerator program to promote research and development of NFTs, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence development. It could be very interesting to see what comes out of all of that. And they've worked with many different fashion brands in the space already, partially for authentication in a similar sense as VeChain often does, but I think mostly just for hosting the NFTs, so to speak. So Two questions that might pop up, I should quickly address them. One of the questions you might have is, where can you buy Polygon? Again, guys, I leave all the crypto exchanges that I personally use in the description down below, and some have better bonuses than others. Right now, for example, Bitgate might have one of the best bonuses, so there's a link for that down below. And the second question that I see quite often is, how high do you think Polygon can go? And if you look back at my channel, I've been making videos about Polygon for years. And years back when I started talking about it, the price really wasn't doing that well. It's only actually been quite recently. Yet the all-time high is $2.87. And the fact that this year they've gone from this 75-cent stance or so to $1.50, it just shows me that the potential for Polygon throughout this next year is nearly limitless. It's already in the top 10, and like we've established, is one of the best performers here only throughout the week, but also throughout these months. It's gotten some gains that almost no other single cryptocurrency could have dreamed of, yet it's still pretty low for where it's headed, in my own opinion. And that's also the main reason that I put it over on the top of my top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2023 list. It's just a lot better in Ethereum in many ways, and that's partially because it's got one, let's say 25th of the market cap that Ethereum has. Okay, looking at it, it's actually about 1/15th. And I'd say that in terms of actual ranking, it's not going to overtake Ethereum anytime soon, if ever. But I do believe that it's a very good addition. And from that perspective, I do believe it can get so much more money locked up inside this system. And I would not be too surprised if it really encompassed half of Ethereum's market cap at $100 billion, which would still, as of this point, be right around an 8x, which would place it at roughly $12 per Polygon. Again, what we've seen for many different cryptocurrencies that, if you look back at the 2017 price, of which there's no real history here for Polygon, right? But if we do that, and we look at the gains which is made throughout 2017 and 2021, very often it was about a 4x for some of these major cryptos. Obviously, it's going to be different for some of these newer created cryptocurrencies, but it brings to my attention that 4xing your previous all-time high in the next bull run as not like market leader like Bitcoin or Ethereum, even though they did a 4x between 2017 and 2021, is really not that crazy. And since, again, I'd say it's one of the most popular cryptocurrencies out there right now, potentially the most popular in terms of developer stuff recently, it's just a choice for so many major brands. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. Really, with that idea in mind, I don't think $12 as a baseline for the next couple months even, if this bull run continues, is that crazy. And just for that reason, I've been buying it like a madman throughout time. I'm going to be honest with you and say that I've got my fair share of Polygon, and I feel annoyed almost to buy it above 80 cents, as it's now starting to really drag on my average price now that I have to buy it at $1.50. But I kind of just close my eyes and just keep buying consecutively, which is always my mission, because the solid and robustness of the platform has showcased itself, and I think it's just going to have some sustained gains throughout time here. Again, be wary of minor corrections throughout time, like for example the pump and dump that we saw here, going to roughly $1.20 before going right back to 84 cents or so. I'm not saying the Polygon line is going to be only upwards. There's a very good chance there's going to be some heavy bumps in the road, guys. That usually happens in the crypto market. I'm just saying that if we take the span of a year, for example, that the trajectory for Polygon is basically going to be as in this little time period that we had right here between the middle of 2021 and the end of 2021, with just, again, with peaks and valleys, but general trajectory upwards, and a lot better than in terms of risk to reward than many others in the crypto space. Anyway, I don't want to drag this out for too long. I'm just very bullish on this crypto, and I'm trying to give you guys some very simple explanation as to why. And again, it's one of the cryptos that I buy every single day, and that's about it.